Yay, I've done it. It's always so hard when Mark isn't here. Hi, Joe. How are you? It's just me today. It's just me tonight. Though it would have been good if Mark was here, because Mark says he found giving up smoking harder than giving up alcohol. So there you go. Who's there? Hello, who's there? Oh, I'm just trying to, hang on a minute. Just get my tripod down. How are we all? I'm a bit on the piss there. Let me push it along. Whoop. So, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Wave to me. Speak to me. Who's there? Let me see if I can get you on this. Now, how can I get you onto my... I'm trying to see you on the computer so I can see your comments. How would I do that? All I've got is another film of something else. Hang on. Wait, bear with me. I hope you're all well. So guys, we're going to be talking today about giving up smoking. Oh my God. Excuse me. Oh my goodness, sorry. Because today is the first day of Stoptober. I don't think I'm going to be able to see on the computer your messages, so I'll just have to look at you here like this. God, will you excuse my unmade up face? We'll make up our own face. So, hi Claire, how are you? How is everybody? So, I thought today I would talk to you about giving up smoking, because Stoptober has been happening for the last 8 years. 1.9 million people have given up smoking over those 8 years. And I know it's such a bloody struggle for so many people. Claire Bell, I stopped smoking, but I'm an e-cig and don't know how to come off that. God, that's a whole thing, isn't it? That is a whole nother thing, the e-cig. I don't even really know about those. All I've seen is the sort of bad press about them. I stopped yesterday with my vape for Stoptober. Alex McQuitty, is that your real name? You're quitting smoking and you are McQuitty. I love that. So who smokes? Speak to me. Who smokes? Who's given up smoking? Who wants to give up smoking? Who's never smoked? Whose parents smoke and it put them off smoking? Kirsty Kate, I keep stopping, but I put on so much weight to start again. Alex McQuitty, yes, that is your real name. Hi Nadia, hi Sarah, hi Sue. I'm going to talk about the weight thing. Hi Chrissy, hi dear. I know, isn't it amazing his hair? But did I mean it or didn't I not? Have never smoked but lost my dad to lung cancer, Claire. You know, my mum has never smoked and she lost her mum to emphysema, which is, you might not have heard of that. It's a smoking disease of the lungs. And my nan was so addicted to smoking that she'd been in hospital and they said to her, if you smoke again, you will die. And you know what? She went home that night. She'd been in hospital for quite a while. I'm not sure. I'll have to check on that with my mum. I think she'd been in hospital for a fair amount of time. And she got home and she had a fag and she died. And I remember as a kid, I used to walk along with her, all hypnotised, 2 years ago after What was that? Hypnotised 2 years ago after 35 years smoking. Work for you, Hayley Elson. Wow, brilliant. My mum smoked and her friends, so it's annoying. That's awful, Natalie. It's awful if you don't smoke, isn't it? I smoked for years. Do you know how old I was when I had my first cigarette? I think I was about 8 because the local newsagents used to sell them to kids for a couple of pennies if you bought them individually. Can you believe that happening now? Catherine Rostanti gave up 15 years ago. Now, I'm for 15 years as well. Laura, I gave up after being in intensive care respiratory ward and nearly died. Chrissy, I gave up last February, so glad I did. I know 8, but I didn't carry on smoking from 8. So I had my first cigarette when I was 8, and then I really properly started smoking in my teens. And I was saying to my mum the other day, I said to her, God, I'm so sorry, because now I'm a mum. Because when my mum and dad found out about smoking and they were disappointed and they were disgusted and all these things, but you don't really think anything of it. And then you're a mum and your child smokes and it's just the worst thing ever. Well, she doesn't smoke. I hope she doesn't smoke. If you're watching this, Maddie, I hope you don't smoke. I would just be so upset if my kids smoked. Hi, David Brown. Harry Potter to you too. Hi, Jasvir Dylan. Hi, Ali A. Happy to hear that vaping is getting the bad press it deserves. Everyone in my office vapes. What, in the office? Do they? So somebody earlier there said about the weight. So I gave up loads and loads of times, and then I went back to it. And one of the things, if you smoke 20 fags a day and every time you don't have a cigarette, you eat something in place of having a fag, you're going to put on weight. It's just a fact. So what you've got to do is work out why you're picking up something to eat when you go to have a fag. This is what I discovered, because I went to a smoking counsellor. And basically, he said to me, could be different from somebody else. He said to me, right from the age that you first took a cigarette, it was a way of, if you think about it, if you put a cigarette in your mouth, you shut yourself up, don't you? Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. So you're basically just shutting down your feelings. So you're really pissed off with your husband or your girlfriend or your wife, you have a cigarette. You're really upset, you don't really want to get upset, you go outside shaking, you have a cigarette. You're pissed off with the kids, you go out into the garden, sneaky one behind the tree, behind the shed, have a fag. Always shutting yourself up. So it's just it's like a pattern. This is what he explained to me about my smoking. And he said, so until you sort of think about those things and make a decision that you're not going to simply put food in your mouth instead to shut up your feelings, and instead have the argument with your husband, tell your kids that they're driving you bloody mad, tell your boss that you're not happy, whatever it is, say it. Not angrily, but just say it. So all the times I tried to give up just like white knuckling, I did put on weight, but part of me, if I'm honest, subconsciously was eating a lot so I could go, oh, I've put on so much weight, I'm going to have to go back to smoking, because it got me back to my addiction for smoking. And so when I finally gave up properly, and I did it with counselling, and another thing that I did was I gave up with a friend who was on the patches, and she gave up on the patches, but we would phone each other up. If we were tempted to have a fag, we'd phone each other up, and there wouldn't be a time that we were both sort of thinking, right, come on, let's have a fag. And it worked. And guess what? I actually lost weight on the last time I gave up smoking, because I would go for a walk, I'd jump up and down, I'd drink a big glass of water. So I just did things. When I wanted that urge for the fag, or I was angry, I was upset, I did something else and distracted myself, and I actually lost weight. And honest to God, so now I'm 55. I think if I'd carried on smoking, I would have all these lines around here, I'd have all these lines around here. And really quickly after I gave up smoking, my skin was clearer, my eyes were clearer, my teeth were whiter. So apart from anything else, it's good for the old beauty. Hi, Lisa. My brother used to hide my mum's cigs when he was a kid. Hated it. My brother and I never smoked. Oh, you used to hide your mum so she wouldn't smoke. I suppose you can't work out and smoke, exactly. A lot of people smoke, says Zoe, when drinking. I never did, but so many of my friends do that just when they're out drinking. That is a really good point. Listen, guys. On the final time that I gave up smoking, I made an absolute pledge that I wouldn't get pissed for the first few weeks. Because the actual nicotine addiction is over fairly quickly, in about a week and a half. And after that, it's the habit you're trying to break. So, and I think if you go out and you get pissed when you're trying to give up, oh, well done, Agnes Kazuka. Well done. I think if you're trying to give up and you go out to the pub and you drink, you're putting yourself in such a difficult position. That would be my huge bit of advice. Just be really careful of hanging out in the places that you used to drink. That's what I did anyway. I avoided places where I would have a drink and where I would have a smoke. You know, if I wanted to have a couple of drinks, I'm not saying don't drink, but I'm just saying for me, I found all the other times that I went back to smoking was when I was in a drinking situation and someone would go, oh, go on, have a fag. Usually somebody that's wanting to give up and can't, and often, not maliciously, but they'll go, without even realising, they want to bring you down. They go, go on, have a fag. You're a bit pissed. Your resolve's down. You go, fuck it, go on. And that's the most dangerous thing. Hate cigarettes. They smell revolting, says Mary Meck. Stephen Cunningham, oh my God, I never catch the lives. I'm such a huge fan. Hello, Stephen, you've never caught live. I'm so sorry it's about smoking because we do all sorts of other lives. I just thought it'd be a good one because today I know so many people are giving up smoking and it's really easy. I mean, people can fold on the first day. So I'm going to try and do quite a lot of support on social media this week with it. So if you've got any questions or anything over the week, you can Insta me or DM me or whatever, and I will try and give some help. Cafe Book, I loved it when I gave up. Felt brilliant. Hey, hear that, guys? If you're having trouble. But sadly, after a difficult time, I started again. Right. Cafe Book. What was the first part of this sentence? I loved it. Give up now. Give up now. You loved it. The difficult time that you had, and I don't know what it was, but the smoking won't have made it easier. And it's the single best thing you can do for your looks and for your health. Go on, give up. And you know what? The other thing is, if you fall off the wagon and you have a fag, don't do what I used to do, because I gave up so many times. Don't do, oh, I've had one now. That's it. I might as well just go back to smoking. Don't, just go, oh, I've had one. I've fallen off the wagon. It's a bit like when you're dieting. Why do we always wait till tomorrow or Monday or next week? Just go, I've had one, but I'm not going to have another one today. And another good bit of advice is to each day say, don't get up and go, oh my God, I've got like 28 days if you're doing Stoptober, 28 days, I can't smoke. Just say, oh, I'm not going to smoke today. You will start to feel so much better. Yes, Cafe Book, try again. Come on. Try again now. If you've got a fag in your hand, put it out. Or finish it and then put it out. And just say, I'm not going to smoke for the rest of the day today. And then wake up tomorrow morning. So agree with you. I've been working hard to lose weight since January. Now over 3 stone lighter. Yay! Well, you're already on a health kick. Why not give up smoking? DN Presley, not smoking makes me feel so dull and dragged down. Now I feel fresh and alive again. 1 week, no smokes. Yes! One day at a time, you can do it. One day at a time, sweet Jesus. Ahord, do you think vaping is better? Well, I don't know. There's been a lot of bad press about vaping, hasn't there? I mean, I think search it and look it up. I mean, the thing is, if you're going to replace it with something else, but it gets you out, I mean, I don't know. I think it's a really personal thing, that, isn't it? I mean, for me, I never wanted to use patches, but my friend used patches and she gave up. I knew mine was just such a habit that I had to break, that even if I used something to help me with the nicotine, then I was with somebody the other day, not giving up smoking, and she said she was so addicted to her vape. So I suppose the thing is, we don't want to get re-addicted to anything else. But then again, what I really would say is search what you think it is and then make up your mind. Good day, Mrs. Good luck. Take care. Thank you, Julian7507. I'm not sure what you're wishing me good luck for because I actually gave up 15 years ago. Come on. One day you could be like me where you're going, oh my God, I haven't smoked for 15 years. You know what one of the really lovely things is when you've given up smoking? Like Mark and I will often do this. We're driving along in the car and we'll see someone smoking out on the street. And we'll go, oh my God, can you believe it? That's one thing we don't have to worry about anymore. Because I don't care whoever smokes, however much, even the ones that say, oh no, I don't worry about death and all of that. Somewhere in your head you do. I hate Diet Coke. That was Mark's. I hate warm Diet Coke, but I was too thirsty. Check out Dr. Mike's videos on vaping on YouTube. There you go. Whoever was asking about YouTube, about vaping. Dr. Mike, apparently. Claire LC, can you mention me in your vlog on that day, on the 3rd of October? How on earth am I going to remember that? Wednesday. Claire Wednesday. I haven't got a pen here. Claire Wednesday, 3rd of October. I'll try and remember. Claire Wednesday, 3rd of October. I've got such a bad memory now. Such a bad memory. So, has anybody else given up smoking? Who are the people that have never smoked? Everyone should also think of money wasted on smoking. I know. God, that's such a good point. I mean, how much does a packet of fags cost? Mundo Descondio, lived all my life around smokers, could never get anyone to stop. If they don't have the will, they will never give up. Now some of my families have dementia and they still won't give up. It's so hard, isn't it, seeing someone that you love still smoking. I mean, that's I think in the end, that's what helped. 10 quid or more. 10 quid a pack. That's a lot of money, isn't it? 70 quid a week if you're having a pack a day. 70 quid. I mean, in a month, you'd have enough for a little holiday. 70 quid. £11 for a packet of baccy. £12, somebody said. $7 in North Carolina. I might today, because I can't afford it anymore and haven't had a single day. There you go. Distill my heart. You haven't had one today. You've given up smoking today. Put that money in a pile. See that money growing. Buy yourself something at the end of the week with that money that you've saved. Something nice. Do something nice for yourself or for somebody else. Give yourself a bit of self-love. There's loads of free apps. Search Stoptober and there's so much information there on how you get help. I mean, I think it is better if you do get help in some way. I don't drink, so save money on that, so it doesn't mean much to me. Would like to know how much money non-smokers who drink to it. I think the thing is, I think we all do a bit of that, don't they? So, well, I don't do this, so I'll do this, so I'll do this. I think, you know, if somebody's just happy smoking, then you're happy smoking. But I think if you were struggling, I think I would say, and you really want to, I would say you can. You 100% can. I never thought I could give up. I gave up countless times. And another really good thing my counsellor said to me was, every time you give up and you go back to smoking and you see it as a fail, turn that round in your head and say, you're one step closer to giving up for good. Because you can try again. But I think really, really, if you break and you have a fag, just say, oh, okay, I've made that mistake, I'm starting again now. Don't throw it all, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Chrissy says, if I can give up, anyone can. Gave myself asthma. Bev Jones gave herself asthma through smoking. You don't want that asthma. Mark's got asthma. And that's what I hate so much. He's got asthma. And as a child, he had double pneumonia. And then he smoked. He keeps him up at night sometimes, what he might have done to his lungs. We'll watch this vlog over and over till this is in my head. Cafe book. Cafe book. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Come on, subs. We could save Cafe Book's life here. Couldn't we? You can do it. I'm a student, but one of the few to have never had a cigarette past my lips, Jemima Rose. I bring a lighter out on nights out to be social in the smoking area goes down. I love you, Jemima Rose. What a good job your parents did on you. Wow, that is brilliant. Stephen Cunningham, the moment it became far too expensive for my cheap mum, she instantly stopped, has never stumbled. Wow, brilliant. I really pushed my mum to stop for health. Cafe, you can do it, says Elaine, formerly Big E. We want to live longer, Natalie. Yes. Sonia Cronin, Nadia, having a few wines with the gals, watching you. Please say hi to your Irish subs. You have so many. My Irish subs! I've got an empty glass, but I shall cheers to you, my Irish friends. Oh, there's a little dribble left in there. Felice Mustafa, my late dad. Felice is a nurse. Smoked 100 a day. Shut the front. 100. He must have had to stay up all night. 100 a day. God, Felice. And Felice is a nurse, so you must see so much. You must see so much illness, you know, connected to smoking. But I have to say, when I was smoking, I used to hate it when anyone used to talk about illness. Rukyabi Bibi. I know my dad smokes now. My brother is doing it secretly that he had to go to hospital. It's the funny thing in it, secretly. Oh, Ange Crummins, your lung repairs, just like your liver can from liver damage. Is that right, Ange Crummins? Only addiction I've got is with Skittles. Good for you, S. Anne Savage, hiya, Nadia. Oh, that's nice. I can taste food lots better since quitting. Oh, that's a really good point, Claire Bell. I'd forgotten about that. So the benefits are much better skin, far less wrinkles, clear eyes, white teeth. Everything tastes better. You breathe better. You can run, you can jump, you can sing. And you all round feel fabulous. And of course you reduce your chances massively of getting some horrible disease. I was never in Coronation Street, David. I was in EastEnders. Katie Johnson, my mum smokes and sometimes my brother too. Are there any tips to stop them without them knowing that I am? Why don't you write them a letter saying how much it would mean to you if they gave up smoking? Why don't you touch their heart? Search Stoptober and look for some help and advice there, and then maybe you could pass that on to them. Ray, I stopped smoking, put 3 stone on, so started again. If you just joined the live, I was talking about this earlier. The last and final time that I gave up smoking, because I tried many times before, I actually lost weight. I lost weight because I got really good advice from a smoking counsellor, which was every time, I'm just repeating myself for people that were here before, where I was, he basically said to me, right from the first time you had a cigarette, you were smoking, you were swallowing down your feelings with that cigarette. So when people put on weight, they're trying to shut themselves up by putting the food back in their mouth. So you've got to distract yourself. And if you distract yourself by jumping up and down, running, having a bath, phoning a friend, doing something completely different, you might find that you actually lose weight, because I did. I lost weight. You know, why not do something like couch to 5K, or take up a dance class or Zumba or something like that? Exercise is so fantastic. Ange Cummins, do exercise. I gave up sugar, milk and white bread 2 months ago and lost weight. Good for you. Colin Mulcrone, cycling. Exactly. All that stuff is just so good for you. Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not just give it a go today for 28 days? If you give up for 28 days, you're 5 times more likely to actually give up. Victoria Evans. I started a health kit with you and Mark this year after I quit smoking 1.5 years ago. Lost 3 stone so far and down to 1 cup of coffee a day. So how are you doing these vlogs to support people? Victoria, oh my God, I'm going to tell Mark that when he gets back. That's so exciting. Yeah, that's my nephew over there. Yes, I am doing a live. Yes. Yes. He's waving at me. Okay, I think they're hungry. I think I've got to go. My mum smoked for 58 years, says Kerry Gracie. Before giving up on her 73rd birthday, the day she had kidney removed, she later developed COPD and then later lung cancer and passed away at the age of 81. Carrie, I'm sorry to hear that, but that can happen, can't it? And the thing is, if you give up today, you will instantly start to feel better. You really will. You'll start to feel better. Multi Corolla 24. The great thing about YouTube and about anything is if you find something boring, you can just turn it off, can't you? And go and watch something else. We're a really nice community here and we just say nice things. We can disagree with each other. We can debate anything, but we don't say anything unpleasant to each other because the world out there is a vicious, angry place. So we try to be kind on this channel. So if you're bored, go and do something else. All right, my lovelies, thank you so much. And I will be giving support on social media over the next month. So please do reach out. Lots of love. And it's Claire, 3rd of October, Thursday. Happy birthday that I've got to remember. Okay. Lots of love, everybody. Oh, please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And please tell your friends about us. And don't forget, we're on NADIA Sawalha and Family Instagram. So you can join us there too. Because we do lots of lives and stuff on there as well. All right. Bye.